Greetings, alchemists, and happy Thursday. The word for today is beauty. And the teaching today is the teaching I'm receiving is bringing forward so much on such a deep level. And we're starting with the real meaning of beauty, which has to do with the word tipperet from Hebrew, which is translated beauty in English. And this is the energy of solar illumination that resides at the center of Tree of Life, which represents our illuminated heart and solar plexus, fully activated by the radiance of the sun. So this is a way of summarizing the infusion of new consciousness and illumination and purpose and creative will that we receive at solstice every year. And it's also bringing forward the teaching for us in these last hours of this month's lunar cycle. We're in the balsamic phase of the lunar cycle today, and the new moon is tomorrow at 7:31 p.m., I believe, Pacific time. So this is the period when we consolidate and bring forward all the creative energies of the previous month and prepare to step into a new future. This is the phase of the lunar cycle of mastery, represented by the nines. And I've been working with the Hermit this morning because the Hermit archetype that we work with encompasses this principle of illumination and radiation moving forward from our own alignment. The Hermit carries a lantern with the inner sun of Tipperet, illuminating the path. This is you on your wisdom path. There are huge opportunities in these hours leading up to the new moon, and then we get to have a reboot and begin again. So in these days and using the new illumination, you have the opportunity to bring forward all of your hopes and dreams, to hold space for the visions you have of the future, knowing that there is a beauty to everything. That's the wisdom part of the nines, is holding your connection to your own light so that you can trust and claim and bring coherence to your own path. The Hermit, one of the things I love about this card is the image of the Cerberus at the bottom. The Cerberus is the three-headed dog in Greek mythology who guards the gates of Hades. And so it represents a taming. The Hermit, the Cerberus is coming with the Hermit, and it represents a taming of all the aspects of shadow and fears that we bring forward in our lives and that can plague us until we befriend them with our own wisdom. So this is really an archetype of balsamic phase of the moon, because the last hours of the lunar cycle are a time when we reap the harvest. That's the wheat in the background of this card. We're reaping the harvest of the previous cycle and all that's coming forward with that, and our own past efforts. And we're bringing forward our commitment to fully be of service to ourselves and to the world, and to learn what it means to expand into illuminated service from the inner light. We're pouring creativity. There's a desire to pour our creativity into the future. This is the phase where we bring everything forward in order to offer it to the new impulse that arrives tomorrow evening. And there's the key piece of balsamic phase, which is the potential for shadow and the element that requires mastery. And it's hidden here in the Cerberus, because balsamic phase also knows how to take advantage of what's being disintegrated. This is the time when everything's consolidated, and some of that happens through a disintegration. And disintegration is manifest in symptoms such as illness and conflict and perceived chaos, and also social unrest. So all the forms of disintegration you see around you are an opportunity for mastery when we step into our inner authority and our light. So the piece I'd like to bring forward is something we delved into really deeply in a beautiful way last night in Mystery School Circle, and that is the wisdom behind the Nine of Swords. We're in the nines now. The highest expression of the nines are the strength of our ability to claim illumination and then fully show up in our wisdom. The energy of integrated happiness, a coherent heart that allows us to be fully present and hold with compassion all circumstances, seeing the beauty. This is the quality of beauty from a place of strong heart. And then Nine of Discs gain, the trust of the material world coming into harmony with our intentions and our consciousness as we step forward, holding the vision of what we are creating and knowing that it will be so. So the shadow aspect that easily is triggered in balsamic face for all of us is the quality of judgment, the perception of what's not working and going to cruelty, or judgment is another word for this, judging ourselves and judging others, and in that way diminishing our capacity to claim all the chi of what's being disintegrated and to claim the perfection of it. So pay attention to your own patterns right now of being judgmental of yourself and others, and know that those are learned behaviors that keep us from stepping into our own wisdom. And this is the biggest opportunity every month to hold space for healing of those patterns, because you can feel the infusion of eagerness now, and that can help you to be patient with yourself and others, to give yourself the benefit of the doubt, to allow the infusion of beauty from solstice and from this time of month, the potency of this time. Allow that infusion to help you heal your own patterns of being hard on yourself and others. Allow that infusion of solar light to move through you. Use your tools and allow your inner light and your inner sun and your inner radiance and the sun himself. Breathe it in and use the energy medicine tools you've learned of accessing your inner sun and radiating your inner sun to heal your own patterns and habits of self-criticism and being harsh. And if you notice yourself being harsh with someone else or impatient with someone else, remember that it's a reflection of your own inner voice. So there's huge opportunities today and tomorrow, where in the momentum of this year of what we are creating together is continuing to build, and we are bringing forward all of the creations in an amazing way, and we're doing it together. So celebrate the beauty of this day as a truth, and set the intention to look for beauty, to feel beauty, and to use that experience of beauty to allow you to expand fuller into the beauty of who you are. So have an amazing day. Happy summer, and I will see you tomorrow on New Moon.